Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep.
Hey wife, we just got a new sponsor. It's Anchor. They must think we're doing something right because they picked us back up.
That's amazing. Want to hear something even more amazing?
Yeah?
I actually know what they are.
You are full of shit. I'm calling your bluff. Tell me about Anchor.
Okay, so Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place.
I'm actually surprised you knew that, but did you also know that Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer?
Yes, because I see you do that on your phone all the time and it looks pretty simple.
It really is, and when hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
But I use CastBox.
Yeah, darling, I know you like CastBox. It gets distributed there too, and lots of other platforms as well.
And how much are we paying for this awesome service?
Absolutely nothing.
Coolio! So then we should tell people to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started?
Yep, do it now.
Husband!
Wife!
It's another Tuesday. Q's and A's day.
It is.
Well, I mean, it is almost.
Yeah, it is actually almost Tuesday.
We stayed up till midnight again. Yay!
It's like we planned that.
That was cute because we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
We're kind of adorable. I love us. Aww.
Yeah.
So, do you know what we're queuing?
I remember there were heifers.
I wondered if that would come up again. Do you remember anything else, though?
It seemed like we were going over offerings and shit again.
Yeah, it was
like
boring
it was the very
rules.
repetitive crap.
Yeah, it was boring rules. So I didn't really have a lot of questions. I remember being annoyed.
You didn't have any questions about heifers? We could talk about the whole thing about heifers if you wanted.
No, that's okay. No,
not about heifers?
No.
Okay.
I did find something vaguely interesting, however, that I thought we could discuss.
Well, that's cool. I mean, vaguely interesting is better than nothing at all.
Right.
So it would be really suck to start one of these like Q&As and be like, yeah, we really have nothing to talk about today, so...
I mean, to be honest, I have nothing to talk about today, so I tried to find something interesting. So... I mean, the truth is I have nothing to talk about today.
We should just one time, though, like when it's a really dull episode, like we should just like, okay, that's it. It's just an intro today. Sorry.
No, that would be stupid.
That would be stupid?
I don't like that.
All right.
No.
Maybe we could just do like multiple intros. Like, all right, take 2.
Oh my God. Can you stop now so I can say what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
We're going to talk about Covenant of Salt.
Covenant of Salt? I don't even remember them talking about that.
I know, right? So you're going to ask me, how is that related?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Okay, so let's do it then.
All right. Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, we can definitely use any amount, so, like, any support is always appreciated.
So, what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay, so you're like, salt covenant, what?
Well, yeah, what the fuck is a salt covenant?
Where'd you even pull that from your ass? About what? Right?
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering.
Okay, so here's what happened.
Do they put it on the heifers?
If you say heifer one more time, I'm going to punch you in the wiener. Okay, listen.
Okay.
So while I was kind of going back over what I had read a little bit to try and find something interesting.
Yeah.
That I could at least talk about, if not be like, oh yeah, what was that?
Something that's not repetitive, that's not something that's already been covered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I came across, not in what I had read, but in a different interpretation. Let's see. It was, it's Numbers chapter 18, verse 19, and it ends by saying, this is an eternal and unbreakable covenant between the Lord and you, and it also applies to your descendants. But
with regard to...
who cares?
Oh, okay.
But when I read it in a different interpretation, it said, hold on.
I'm holding.
I lost it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God damn it.
What?
Where did it go?
You'd think that we come to these things ill-prepared or something.
We do.
It's kind of weird how that works out.
Okay, hang on.
And I have to fill space while you're scrolling through shit looking for the place
Blood
that you lost.
on altar.
And then you just, can't find it at all?
No, seriously.
What the fuck is going on here?
I gotta look up the word.
Yeah.
Salt.
I started this trying to fill some fucking space, and you're like, nope, can't find it at all, so we're apparently not discussing anything.
No, it's not entirely my fault, because here's what happened.
Is this what happened?
Here's what happened.
Okay.
I have two different windows open on my phone, and so when I'm reading from one, it makes the other one scroll to stupid places, so that when I go back to it, I'm like, wait, that's not where I was. Okay, but I found it.
That's good.
So in the King James version and other bullshittery translations, I know it says it is a covenant of salt instead of the.
It's not like a thigh
eternal
covenant or like a rainbow covenant or
no, what I had just read.
Shake.
You're being so annoying. Do you remember what I had just read prior to losing my place? That it was an eternal covenant?
Yeah.
So here it says it is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord with you and your descendants with you.
Okay.
So I was like, what is the difference? What is a forever and unbreakable covenant versus a salt covenant?
Right.
And what is a salt covenant and why is it unbreakable?
Kind of reminds me of when we got married.
That's where I was going with this.
Oh.
Right? Because we did a salt covenant in our wedding ceremony.
Yeah, at the suggestion of the pastor that ran our wedding, which was
cool, and we thought, oh, that's pagan and cool, and we kind of liked it.
That's kind of we liked the idea of it, so that was cool.
Yeah, so it was kind of neat, and everybody pinched a bit of salt, and I still have it in a treasure chest.
Right,
literally a treasure chest. Yeah. Which I think is cool. And also, I took some of the dried flowers from our wedding and put in it, and so it's
just a big mixture of salt and stuff.
Yeah. And it's neat. So anyway, but I didn't realize that that was an unbreakable covenant. So you better not break that shit. Yeah, you can never leave me.
Man.
Okay, but you weren't planning to, so it's fine.
No, I wasn't.
I know. Okay, so here's what I found. Salt is I keep hitting the wrong thing. Salt is a preservative, and it was used.
Oh shit! I said the wrong thing.
You're being...
Go ahead and I'm being that.
You're being overly annoying this time.
I am. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to tell you things.
Tell me things. I'm listening. I promise.
You aren't. You really aren't. You're being annoying. Okay, so as you know...
As I know.
Salt is a preservative.
Yes.
But I don't know that you know that it was a preservative. It was used as such even back in those pre-Bible-y days.
Well, yeah, it was used in place of like ice boxes because that's the only thing.
Well, yeah, duh. Well, actually, you're that total meme guy with his finger raised, going, "Actually."
Well, sorry, I knew that. I guess.
Okay, so anyway, they used it as a preservative.
Yeah,
and so they used it also as a disinfectant to clean.
Yeah,
and they used it as a unit of exchange that could be easily measured.
Right.
So all of those things led to it representing back then permanence, loyalty, durability, fidelity, usefulness, value, and purification.
Well, that's a lot of things for that to stand for.
But if you think about it, these people didn't have like memes, right? Like,
right.
I just used a meme and you totally got what I was talking about, even though you personally have never even seen that meme because you don't know memes.
Wait, which one were you talking about?
The actually.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I've told you about it, but you've never seen it.
Right.
Because you just don't know things. You don't know memes and gifs.
I don't care about memes and gifs.
I know, but you know what? Your brother gives good gif.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
Whatever.
Okay, but you should be better at gifts than that. And you should know your memes. And you don't. And you should.
Anyway, we should be talking about salt.
But, well, okay, in a roundabout way, I am. Because what I'm saying is that salt was a stand-in, as memes are a stand-in. It's a shorthand for saying something that the other person understands just by looking at it. They get what you're saying. So to say that salt stands for a lot of things, wow, how do you get all that out of it? The same way that somebody can look at a meme that you send and you understand every nuance. You get all of the sarcasm, and particularly when they're super meta, and you get like not only where it originated, but what it means now and how it evolved and how it applies. Like, that's the same thing that salt was.
Salt's a meme. I got it.
You're being so dismissive tonight.
You hate me today.
I hate you today.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm trying to be interesting.
You are being interesting. I'm just making fun of it. That's
Why?
All. Because that's what I do, isn't it?
I'm going to divorce you and take back my salt.
We did a salt covenant. You
I'm
can't
taking
do that.
back my salt.
Good luck with that.
Well, that's supposed to be another thing, is that if we did want to split up, we would not be truly torn asunder from one another.
Unless you could find all your salt.
Unless you could find each speck of salt that belonged to you versus me.
See, that'll never happen.
And also, because we had members of our party participate, they would each have to find theirs.
Salt too.
Yeah. So it was like really romantic and symbolic, but very meaningful.
Right.
So it gave me all new appreciation for what I had taken just as a ceremonial, cool, neat thing.
Yeah.
And gave it more meaning. So,
well, that's cool.
Even though you're an asshat, I love you, babe.
I love you too.
I have romantic feelings towards you, even though I also want to punch you in the dick.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I had. That's what I brought to the table today.
Just salt, huh?
Just salt.
Okay.
Pass the salt. Heaven preserve me.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll have some more stories out of the Bible the next time we read it, because this was kind of meh. It was a good story. I was glad to know it. I'm glad to know more about salt and the covenants of salt and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even
especially since our wedding used it. So
exactly.
That's kinda cool.
Like I said, it kind of gave more meaning to our personal relationship.
Cool. Oh, I appreciate that.
And I wouldn't even have found it had I not been trying to find something interesting and been reading other translations.
Well, that's something I was thinking about. Like, us reading through the Bible is just like scratching the surface of all the things that you could, because there's a couple thousand years, or actually more than that, really, if you include the Old Testament. There's thousands of years of just built-in meaning and interpretations to all this stuff that you could spend eons just breaking it apart.
Right.
Like, we could probably spend forever just breaking apart each chapter if we wanted to.
Right, exactly.
Like diving into every word and every sentence and what does this mean? What is that about?
Well, and by reading only one interpretation, you're missing out on potential meanings of so many other things. And even though it came to the same, an unbreakable promise versus a salt covenant.
Right.
But even though it comes to the same, it's nice to know both of those and what they have to do with each other.
Yeah. I mean, insofar as we want to learn more about the Bible, yes.
Not learn more about the Bible from like, you know, because we want to like be Christian or nothing.
Right. Yeah. No.
No. Just from a historical and linguistic context.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's why a lot of people are... If anybody's listening to the Q&As, that's partly why they're listening, because they're curious what kind of information we're finding out about the Bible in these chapters. So
true.
I mean...
Because we're just dumbasses that use Wikipedia.
Well, and I think that's... Yeah. No, I mean, seriously, though. Like, we say it in our intro that we are not scholars and we don't know shit about the Bible. And that's absolutely true. We don't know shit about the Bible. We know the basics, like... We knew about Noah. We knew about, you know, the beginning, sort of, and
okay. But when we say we knew about Noah, we knew about Noah's Ark. The end. We did not know about any of his. He was 1 billion years old, and he was naked and drunk, and his son. Like, we didn't know any of the after part of Noah.
Right. No, definitely.
So, no, even say that we know some of the stories of the Bible.
I'm saying that we knew lore. We knew basics of the Bible.
We knew the children's version,
and that is it. It was even. Spotty.
Yeah.
Splotchy, spotty.
Like, sometimes, honestly, I get the whale from Noah. No, not Noah. Who
Moby
is
Dick?
It? No,
Pinocchio?
fuck. Shut the fuck up. Yes. From Jonah and the Whale is a story. And Pinocchio gets swallowed by a whale. And then Noah's Ark.
Right.
Right? And I get all three of those mixed with each other sometimes because... They all have to do with large things and water.
Just a bunch of whale salt.
Yeah. Moby Dick, indeed. Yeah. As a matter of fact, like, I belong to a book club online, and they were going to read the classics, and I was like, please God, though, like I specifically mentioned, please God, no Moby Dick or Old Man in the Sea, because I fucking hate old white man water stories.
Yeah.
Like, water is symbolic for life. No fucking shit. Really? Like, I'm so over that.
All right. Well, we're just droning on about shit now.
Well, I do that best.
So, we should probably wrap this up, don't you think?
I guess, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody on Thursday.
Pass the salt.
Pass the salt. So that ends this week's Q&A.
If you have questions, answers, or comments, please email them to us by next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, to be included in next Tuesday's Q&A episode.
Awesome. See ya.
Bye.